Okay, so I'm gonna sit down with you guys here and try and do a podcast. So it's the second day that I've gotten delicious food from A&W, and it's the second day that I don't know, I never eat like the nibs of the fries. When I'm eating the fries, I never eat the full thing. And then I toss the little bit that I'm holding away, and it's not just, I don't know. I've kind of been doing that my whole life, but it's very lucky because for the second time I got to feed the seagulls. And they're kind of scary looking. They have kind of red around their eyes. So they look and they kind of have like an evil eye that they look at you with. Yeah, so they're kind of evil. But I saw one today that didn't have the red around his eyes. It had just normal black around the eyes. And I threw all my nibs to the seagulls, and the seagulls were like, ah, go, 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 go. And they were going all crazy, and it was so nice. And then the second coolest thing happened today, because it was the second time that for the very first time in my life I saw the coolest thing ever. Are you ready? It was an albino squirrel. Now usually the squirrels in Canada, they're big fat black squirrels, but I saw an albino squirrel, and it was so funny too, because I'm gonna try and use my muscles here. Come on now. Because I walked by some people at the splash pad, and the people at the splash, there's a nice lady, and she was sitting there with her family, and she's feeding the squirrels. There was a gray squirrel and a black squirrel, and it was really nice, and there was about 6 or 7 squirrels all around her. And I said to them, you know what I saw the other day? I saw an albino squirrel. And one of the guy, he's like, yeah, he's like, you know what? He's like, we just saw one. He's like, it's here, it's in the park. And I'm like, yeah. And so I start walking away, and then I hear him shout it, and he says, hey, he's like, look. He's like, there's the albino squirrel. And he points at the squirrel. He's like, the squirrel. And I look, and lo and behold, its fluffy little white tail was like, whoop, 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 and it was like doing its squirrel thing. It's just like a normal squirrel. But I wonder if he gets any prejudice because he's white. Yeah. So that's the story of the albino squirrel in Kingston City Park in Ontario, in Canada. And I want to say a special shout out to number 1, all the sexy black squirrels out there. Number 2, all the sexy white squirrels. And yeah, all the red squirrels and all the beautiful, beautiful yellow squirrels. So yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of this beer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Please don't get a ticket for drinking in the park. Don't get a ticket for drinking in the park. Please don't get a ticket. Please don't you get a ticket. Yeah. Don't you get arrested here in the park. Don't you get arrested. Maybe I should finish the beer. I'm scared now. arrested. Don't arrest me. Okay, the police is gone. Okay, that's a cab. I'll just put this beer down on the ground. Oh, Lord. C'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la tea, c'est la tea. See the squirrels' fluffy tails and the beautiful girls. See the girls with the beautiful tails and fluffy things, and their giggly little laughs and the beautiful singing in. Fun. Yeah, girls is for all my sister squirrels. And the one I like best.